From the studios of Tucson Business Radio X, recorded in the Stewart Title corporate offices on Broadway, you are now listening to The Mark Bishop Show. And now here's your host, Mark Bishop.
Welcome to another show. In a recent John Hopkins study, over 74% of all sorts of veterans, but this isn't about veterans, this is about all sorts of people. We've got big problems with sleep, and Dr. Phyllis Z is my special guest. She's an MD and a PhD. We're not just talking about veterans either, are we, Doctor? I mean, How America Sleeps and Wakes, that was a heck of a survey.
Indeed, this is a survey that was commissioned by ASI on really understanding better the impact of insomnia and chronic sleep difficulties on daytime function and overall quality of life, and also interpersonal relationships.
Yeah, I mean, approximately 2/3 of patients rated waking up refreshed and ready to start the day and being able to function normally throughout the day. And then you've got 63% and 64% respectively that, are finding it very important and sleeping difficulties. What's happening to all of us, Doc?
Well, all of this is really leading to poor function during the day for those who suffer from insomnia. But as the survey points out, it also affects those who live with people with insomnia in a similar manner, affects their quality of life. So it's really the entire household, and perhaps even goes beyond that to the workplace.
Okay, so I suppose it could also demonstrate that household cohabitants are negatively impacted in unexpected ways. This Harris poll, the survey conducted online between February, March 8th, something like 1,000 adults, more than 8 in 10 cohabitants, 85% agreed that they themselves are more likely to have a good day when the person with insomnia or sleeping difficulties in the home had a good night's sleep. So those of us that don't, we affect the others badly.
Indeed, I think that that's one of the more surprising factors from this survey, is that how broad that impact is and how common it is, that it really is affecting the majority of people in that household.
In layman's terms, Doctor, what is insomnia?
Insomnia is a chronic sleep disorder that's characterized by difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, or poor quality of sleep, waking up unrefreshed. Again, important that it's affecting your ability to function during the day.
What is the prevalence of sleep disorders then?
Sleep disorders are hugely common in our society, with insomnia and chronic sleeping difficulties affecting about 30% of the general population, and even much more, nearly double that if you're looking at older people.
Well, as you were saying, the health impact is amazing of sleep disorders, what it does to everybody.
Yes.
Which survey results that you've looked at recently and compared were the most surprising to you?
The most surprising to me was how, from the perception of the patient or an individual who's living with people with insomnia, how important wake function was, that sleep was really, in their opinion, really important for wake function. And then if you can't be awake, functioning well, you live in a fog, you're inattentive at work, you're more irritable with your family members, it really affects the entire community.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty bad. What do you suggest to my listeners who are having problems going to sleep, in fact, staying asleep, and waking up ready to face the day?
For your audience who has chronic difficulty with falling asleep or staying asleep, there's a really informative website called dayafterinsomnia.com that provides really useful information about insomnia. And also it's really important for the audience who is suffering from sleep problems to contact and discuss their sleep problems with their doctor, because the treatment of insomnia is going to be really important for their overall health, their daytime function, and does require some individualized therapy.
Well, okay, so, you know what you're talking about. You're a professor in neurology and director of Sleep Disorders Center at the Northwestern University's Feinberg School of Medicine in Chicago, Illinois. But you're also director of the Center for Sleep and Circadian Biology. What is that?
Well, these are the clocks that also regulate the timing of your sleep, the quality of your sleep, but also many other body functions. And that's why sleep is so important, because it affects the brain, but it also affects the rest of your body, and therefore can increase, the lack of sleep can increase the risk factor for things like diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease, and even cognitive disorders like memory problems.
Yeah, I mean, it must affect everything. Absolutely everything. Your job, everything. Driving a car would be dangerous too.
Yes.
Or any other form of mechanical machinery or even electric cars for that matter. But it's not fun, is it? And how does anybody know, other than falling asleep, that they've got the symptoms?
Well, if they have difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, dissatisfied with their sleep, that actually is also affecting their ability for wake function, for their ability to their quality of life, and also their performance during the day. I think that's how you know. And if those are your symptoms and it's a chronic problem, it's really important to discuss this with your doctor.
I mean, when you did your research, you must have fallen over. I mean, you uncovered that 90% of patients with insomnia or sleeping difficulties did agree that having a good night's sleep does mean having a good day. It's like a whole new world.
That's
the survey recently presented at the 2019 World Sleep Congress. It explored the impact of insomnia and sleeping difficulties. I mean, it brought up stuff that I guess even surprised you, and you're on top of it every day.
Yes. I know that it has an impact, that it's a 24-hour problem. It isn't just about how well you're sleeping at night, because it's really how that nighttime sleep is affecting your daytime function. And what really surprised me was how the strength of the impact on others who don't have insomnia but live in that same household.
All right. Well, Doctor, is there a website that listeners can go to?
Yes, the website is called dayafterinsomnia.com.
Okay. And if you wouldn't mind, just repeat that again,
dayafterinsomnia.com.
Dayafterinsomnia.com. Very interesting. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Our special guest was Phyllis, CZ, medical doctor and PhD, Chief of Sleep Medicine at Department of Neurology at Northwestern University. Thanks again, Doc. Have a great day.
Thank you.